Now on WRDE Coast TV.
An Ocean City inlet dredging project aimed to help fleet fishermen and beach replenishment.
Lightning strike, a local barbecue joint caught fire this morning and the owners believe it was hit by a bolt.
Budget breakdown, Delaware adding more than $500 million to its budget. What that money is earmarked for.
Plastic bag ban, where it's going into effect and how shoppers in the area need to prepare.
And the storms from earlier this evening left their mark on the Delmarva Peninsula. I'll give you the latest impacts of the storm.
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV. Your local news at 11 starts right now.
Make way for the boats dredging in the Ocean City Inlet. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with a project in Ocean City.
The Army Corps of Engineers will be conducting a dredging project in the Ocean City Inlet soon.
Coast TV's Britt Leone takes us to Ocean City to learn why dredging of the inlet is important for more than one reason.
Bustling with boats. The Ocean City Inlet Channel always has a lot going on, but that can't happen if the Army Corps of Engineers doesn't keep up with dredging.
It's a pretty treacherous inlet.
Coastal consultant Tony Pratt knows just how many people this project really impacts.
So the boaters can, and the yachts and the fishing boats and the commercial fleet that comes in and out can really go safely in and out of that inlet.
Starting next week, the Army Corps of Engineers will be conducting their latest dredging efforts. Crews will transport sand from the inlet to Assateague Island to make for deeper waters, about 10 feet deep, ensuring boats have enough clearance. And as a side benefit, City Manager Terry McGeehan says it will help ensure Assateague Island gets some much-needed replenishment.
So that all that sand that's washing into our inlet or blowing out onto what we call the ebb shoal, if the inlet wasn't there, would have naturally gone down to Assateague Island. So what that dredge does is it takes that material and actually then transports it down to Assateague and dumps it offshore of Assateague so that it can actually replenish the beaches on Assateague Island. So it's sort of artificially restoring what would have been naturally occurring if the inlet wasn't there.
The Army Corps says crews plan to remove between 30,000 to 40,000 cubic yards of sediment during the project. The Army Corps says crews will be back in August to do more dredging. I'm Britt Leone in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
The Army Corps will begin replenishment on either July 2nd or 3rd, and it's expected to run through July 13th before the project is finished up. Tomorrow is a Code Orange Air Quality Action Day for Delaware. This is according to the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control. The agency says this air quality concern is caused by Canadian wildfire smoke. The air is unhealthy for sensitive groups, and conditions are expected to improve Friday.
Moving into weather, a stormy day. The video that you're seeing on your screen right now was sent in by Matt Camino. You can see from large storms there, or the clouds rather, above the water. This was taken from Pine Beach in Mount Vernon, looking towards the mouth of the Wicomico River.
And this video was taken in Ocean City earlier this evening to capture the rain and thunder as it moved through that town. And now let's take a live look outside into Ocean City from our Hershey Exteriors camera at the 45th Street Tap House. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening to you, Mallory and Charlie. Well, we have the last remnants of the rain that's making its way steadily out of our immediate area. No longer are we under the immediate threat of stormy weather. And in its wake, we only had about a couple of very minor reports as far as storm damage is concerned, and that's always a good thing, of course, obviously. We widen the scope here and kind of show you this has all been propagated by a cold front that's pushing through, but it's a very slow mover, and that helps us to avoid the worst of circumstances or situations when it comes to afternoon or early evening storms, particularly after we got really warm into the upper 80s throughout a good portion of the entire area. Now, the irony here is that we're expecting a good deal of sunshine for tomorrow. As you take a look at the Face of Grace Practice in the Sun UV Index report for tomorrow, we're looking for a UV index of 9 for tomorrow. So your burn time could be as short as 15 minutes. So you're going to need the hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, and find some shade as a result of the abundance of sunshine that we're expecting. And guess what? We're looking for more in the way of sunshine throughout most of the next few days in a row, minus the threat of the afternoon scattered showers of thunderstorms. So we'll have more on that coming up in your full forecast. Until then, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. A possible lightning strike from storms early this morning caused one popular Ocean City restaurant to catch fire. The fire happened at Smoker's Barbecue Pit on Stephen Decatur Highway. While the restaurant said in a Facebook post that the cause of the fire was a lightning strike, the fire marshal's office says the exact cause is still under investigation. Neighbors today said they're just grateful that the entire building did not come down.
I'm really glad to see that the building hasn't been totally destroyed. I hope they can get it fixed and get it running again.
There is no clear date yet for when the restaurant will open its doors again.
The Delaware State House and Senate passed a new budget today, and new at 11, Governor John Carney sharing his thoughts, saying in part, quote, "We are raising salaries for teachers, getting more resources in our highest needs classrooms, investing in affordable housing, and continuing to save for more difficult years," unquote. Here is some of the key information regarding the budget. It is an increase of more than $507 million. 8 Delaware lawmakers voted against it. That includes 4 from Sussex County. Those legislators are asking the state to consider creating tools to limit spending to factor in things like inflation and population growth.
New at 11, 3 bills that aim to protect companion and family pets from domestic abuse were signed by Governor John Carney today. Legislative Hall was packed with furry friends from Paws for People and National Capital Therapy Dogs for the bill signing. Here are photos from today. The Brandywine Valley SPCA was there too. Senate Bill 70 makes pet abuse a reason to get an order of protection from an abuser. Senate Bill 71 requires suspected animal cruelty discovered during child welfare cases to be reported back to the Office of Animal Welfare. And House Bill 95 requires family court to award possession of companion animals in divorce cases.
The Delaware State Senate passed 5 different environmental bills today that await signature from Governor Carney. House Bill 99 sets a target for the state. The goal is to cut greenhouse gas emissions. Senate Bill 51 would try to limit styrofoam containers and single-use plastics. House Bill 10 would lead to more state-owned electric school buses. House Bill 11 creates solar energy requirements for certain commercial buildings, and House Bill 12 cements an already existing clean vehicle rebate program.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. If you live or shop in Salisbury, pack your bags. Plastic bags will not be available starting Saturday. The city has banned single-use plastic bags to reduce waste and pollution. If you don't bring your own bag, businesses must charge you 10 cents to use a paper bag or something else. Kent County property owners can now register to get email alerts when their name is part of property transactions. The Reporter of Deeds says this is to help prevent identity theft, and there's been a dozen seller impersonation attempts in southern Delaware this year. Talbot County Public Schools has been awarded a $10,000 grant by the Maryland State Arts Council. It will go towards art projects at Easton Elementary School. And that's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
The search continues for a man accused of stabbing, trying to kill a woman in Salisbury earlier this month. Take a look at your screen. The Wicomico County Sheriff's Office says 25-year-old Taiwan Hunter was at home on Overbrook Drive in violation of a protective order and got into a physical altercation with a woman who lived there. When a man showed up to check on her, Hunter stabbed him. The sheriff's office says he's wanted for attempted second-degree murder, among other charges. Anybody with information is asked to call the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation.
The Rehoboth Beach roundabout has heads spinning in more ways than one. Some say it's a headache and a safety hazard, but the city says the circle was evaluated again in 2019 and deemed safe. One woman who works nearby says it's a risk for drivers and pedestrians.
It's really scary. People fly by and they're going like 40 miles an hour and they're not looking left or right. And, you know, there's some people that are not also paying attention to the cars as well.
The police chief says that this portion of Rehoboth Avenue is set to be repaved in the near future. With that could be an opportunity to move the crosswalks further away from the circle to improve pedestrian safety.
The Supreme Court has rejected a controversial election law theory backed by supporters of former President Donald Trump. The issue stems from North Carolina's 2022 congressional map. The state Supreme Court invalidated the map and replaced it with court-drawn maps that favored Democrats. North Carolina Republicans appealed the decision to the U.S. Supreme Court. In his opinion, Justice John Roberts said state courts have the authority to apply state constitutional restraints, but also, he said, federal courts can supervise in certain circumstances. After the ruling, the White House issued its response.
So we're pleased that the Supreme Court rejected the extreme legal theory presented in this case, which would have interfered with state governments, which would have opened the door for politicians to undermine the will of the people, and would have threatened the freedom of all Americans to have their voices heard at the ballot box.
The IRS is piloting a tool next year that could help you file your taxes for free. Senator Tom Carper's office says he and 99 other Democratic lawmakers support the continued development of this tool to make taxes free and easy to file. Lawmakers say the average American spends 8 hours and $140 every year to file their taxes. This tool aims to save Americans from spending that $140 and to help provide low-income taxpayers the opportunity to claim thousands of dollars in benefits. The goal is for this tool to be available to as many taxpayers as possible in 2024.
Wheel of Fortune fans, you can catch the show every weekday here on Coast TV at 7 p.m. But a big announcement made today, a new spin on the old show. We'll see Ryan Seacrest take over for a retiring Pat Sajak. Seacrest will take over in 2024 after the conclusion of Sajak's last season, which doesn't even premiere until this coming September. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what you think about Ryan Seacrest taking over for Pat Sajak on Wheel. Let's look at the results from earlier this evening.
Yeah, take a look at the screen here. So far, it looks like 32% approve, and the majority, 68%, say that they disapprove. And those numbers, I believe they've been changing ever so slightly throughout the evening.
Fluctuating all day. If you want to go ahead and vote, you can do it at WRDE.com, or you can use our mobile app. And we've got more news coming your way this evening.
That's right. Coming up, drive it like it's on fire. Well, for the owner of this truck, it was the quick thinking that got them out of a jam.
And right now, the storms have passed on by, but now air quality is a problem, and we have an air quality warning in effect. More on that in your upcoming forecast.
3-car crash. New details tonight about an accident earlier today, where it happened, what police know so far. We're back in just 60 seconds.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, get a taste of award-winning barbecue from the new Downtown Blues. And we explore the world of Delmarva Sports Network. Plus, dive into the vibrant world of the upcoming Barbie movie. Coast Life tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
Fill your week with Wheel.
Everyone is invited.
It's Sweethearts Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar.
Wheel of Fortune, weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
Hey Delmarva, get ready for summertime savings during the 4th of July sales event going on at Preston Ford. This month you can save over $6,000 on the 2023 Ford F-150. With a massive inventory of over 125 Ford F-150s, finding a deal on your dream truck will be easy. Plus, with every new vehicle you purchase, you get Preston for life. That's a lifetime engine guarantee as our investment in you. Visit PrestonFord.com and browse our whole inventory. Don't miss out on all the deals and excitement at the July 410 event going on right now at Preston Ford. And remember, cars cost less in Preston.
11 Delaware State Police investigating this 3-car crash from earlier today. According to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company, it happened around 3:30 p.m. at John J. Williams Highway and Hollymount Road in Lewis. You can see that airbags did deploy. One vehicle is in the median on top of a fallen crosswalk light. The fire company says one person was taken to a nearby medical facility.
Usually firefighters have to leave the station to fight a fire, but in Milton today, the fire actually came to them. According to the fire department, a man was driving through downtown Milton when he noticed a fire in the bed of his truck. The fire department says the man drove to the fire station parking lot where firefighters at the station put out the fire. Luckily, they say no one got hurt.
The Lewis City Council is moving forward with some proposed changes that would require its Historical Preservation Committee to consider more than just architecture when making decisions about changes to homes in the downtown district. Council members have done a lot to preserve it. Right now, the Lewis City Code is specific in that the committee strictly considers architectural preservation. Council members would like them to consider adding language to consider social, cultural, political, and economic history as they weigh changes to homes.
This is the first town in the first state. We have a lot of very rich history here. The mayor and city council, we simply want to make sure that not only architecture is being recognized, and again, a very important consideration, but the cultural and social history of Lewis is also being factored in and recognized.
Salaba says that the city planner will continue to fine-tune the proposal to change to add clarity to the goal, and that is for the mayor and council to vote on these changes on the July 10th council meeting.
Pull out those smartphones, open up that camera app, and just scan the QR code down here in the corner so that you can be updated anytime a meteorologist is on screen doing the forecast, because now we're concerned about the air quality once again in the area. Take a look at where we are right now. We have active concerns for air quality. That's why you have all this colored in gray here talking about the air quality warning. I'm going to elaborate on that more in just a second. First of all, we've had our scattered showers that have moved on out of the way. Fortunately, we didn't have to go through any severe thunderstorm watches or warnings or anything of that sort. This cold front, because it's such a slow mover, was one of many reasons, but one of the basic reasons, because it's such a slow mover, didn't really pose as much of a problem as far as creating severe weather storms that would reach that threshold. But it did produce some blinding rain and some very interesting clouds, actually. And we showed you that earlier in the newscast. As far as our storm risk is concerned, we are in the non-severe zone. So we're a 0 on a 1 to 5 scale, so to speak. So we're done with that. As far as the amount of rain we observed, we had about 0.8, almost an inch of rain, getting a little closer to that in Salisbury, over 1/4 inch for us in Ocean City. But we had more rain in some other areas. In Dagsboro, we had over an inch, 1.09, 0.8 in Del Mar, similar to what we had experienced in Salisbury. Just over 1/2 inch for us in Pine Hook, Indian River Inlet, as well as Milford. And in Ellendale, we had 0.39 inches of rain at some of our official sites. Now, as far as the temps are concerned right now, the rain cooled us down into the 60s along the coast, 67 Lewis, 68 Rehoboth, and in Bethany Beach, and still in the 70s, 70 degrees right now in Seaford, and 71 right now in Georgetown. Air quality. Well, while we're in the midst of dealing with this, the same storm or the same low pressure system that drugged that rain our direction grabbed a lot of soot and smoke from the Midwest and flung it our way. And that's why now we're dealing with at least an orange level alert as far as air quality is concerned in our area. So people with heart and lung disease, older adults, children should limit their outdoor activity as a result of that. Okay, so it's unhealthy for some. Although it's going to be clear outside as far as the skyline is concerned and cloud cover is concerned. I mean, look at our expectations for Wednesday morning, clear. Wednesday afternoon, temperatures in the 80s in Snow Hill, 84, Newark, 84, 83 in Berlin. Thursday, another sunny day. We start off in the upper 60s, and then we bounce back into the 80s once again. Absolutely glorious sunshine. And then as we take a look at our expectations for Wednesday, we start off with a little bit of cloud cover in some central portions of our viewing area in Sussex County. But then it's just going to stay very clear as we bounce back and forth between the upper 80s for Thursday afternoon, 86 in Georgetown, for example, and in Seaford, 85 in Millsboro. And as we go into Friday morning, we're only going to stay in the 70s there. The ultraviolet index, well, now that's going to be escalated as well, because we're going to look at a level of 9, actually for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then a level 8 on Sunday with our Face of Grace practice in sun safety UV index rendition. So we're looking at a high level, so we're looking at a good deal of sunshine here. Here's a look at your forecast for tonight. 67 degrees as everything continues to calm down. UV index is rising for tomorrow at 85, 87 for Thursday with muggy sunshine as we feel the heat. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. We're not going to worry about any more rain until we get to Saturday.
Thank you, Paul. A reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations, Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 FM, on 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7.
In sports, sad news in the football world as many mourn the loss of a former quarterback DSN's Tyrone Sharper has the details.
And next, don't miss the fireworks travel advisories to keep in mind so you're not late to some of the best light displays around.
The world's #1 selling farm tractor. Easy to operate and more powerful than your average tractor. Mahindra tractors. Push more, pull more, lift more. With more torque and lower engine maintenance, Mahindra tractors are rugged and tough. We know how much you love your land, so we want you to love your tractor. Get your next Mahindra tractor today. Southern States of Milford, improving farming and improving life. Rooted since 1948.
Delmarva customers choose Coastal Bath.
Coastal Bath works with you. We were able to get everything we wanted at the price we wanted. We just loved working with them.
Coastal Bath gave us a beautiful walk-in shower. It's much safer.
Coastal Bath is the #1 choice for us.
It's Coastal Bath's sizzling savings time. Right now, take $2,500 off your new bathroom through July 31st. Listen to Logan. Local and family owned. Call or visit coastalbaths.com to schedule a free in-home estimate today.
Does a ghost pepper wing that doesn't send you into tears make any sense? Sure does to us. That's why Popeye's ghost pepper wings are more flavorful than fireful. Because in NOLA, we like to taste our food, not cry over it. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
The Great American Sales Event is here. Want a great offer on a smart, capable, rugged SUV? Get a Ford. Need a big incentive on America's best-selling trucks with hands-free tech? Get a Ford. Want big savings and plenty of inventory to choose from? Just get a Ford. The Great American Sales Event is here, and the only thing missing is you. Right now, active and retired military and first responders get an additional $1,000 on most Ford vehicles, only at your local Ford dealer.
The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the WRDE News app on your Apple or Android devices. Just search WRDE Coast TV. The WRDE Coast TV News app. Coverage you can count on.
The town of Ocean City is anticipating lots of traffic on the 4th of July this year, and that's why they've released a travel advisory. The town expects parking to be extremely limited, both due to the holiday and firework road closures, not to mention the inlet parking lot rate is increased to $5 an hour on that date. The town suggests that those visiting use the West Ocean City Park and Ride, along with the beach bus, an unlimited day pass for which can be purchased for $4. For more information, check out the article on WRDE.com.
Americans, it appears, are feeling pretty good about the U.S. economy, according to a key indicator. That is the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index. It's 109.7 for June, and that is up more than 7 points from May. It is the highest it's been in more than a year, and the Conference Board measures how people feel now, also looks at expectations for what's ahead. The Future Index shows consumers are slowing down on plans for big purchases, but fewer believe that a recession is coming.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studio.
Hey there, sports fans. Welcome into the Wawa Studio. Sad news in the football world today. Former NFL QB Ryan Mallett has passed away at the age of 35 years old. Mallett was drafted in the 3rd round of the 2011 NFL Draft by the New England Patriots. After playing just 24 snaps with the Pats, he then was traded to the Houston Texans, where he would play 9 games over 2 seasons before joining the Baltimore Ravens in 2015. In his 21 NFL games, Mallett threw for over 1,800 yards and 9 touchdowns. Mallett also had a great college career, which he began at the University of Michigan before he later transferred to Arkansas. He would have great success with the Razorbacks, leading them to a Liberty Bowl in 2009, and would end up having a better season in 2010, where he threw for over 3,800 yards and 32 touchdowns, and even finished in the top 10 of votes for the Heisman Trophy. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends, as he will be truly missed. Well, sports fans, episode 10 of Into the Trenches, joining the Y-High Tribe, is quickly approaching. Here's what you have to look forward to in the finale.
Next on Into the Trenches.
Malik is going to Morgan.
They prepared us good. They prepared us real good.
I'm going to get straight to it. Tell you guys the main reason why we're here today.
That'll do it for sports. Till next time, folks.
Buying land to protect nature, the purchase that a conservancy just made and why it's so important to their plans.
And next, pressing pause, this run of bad weather slowing up a few road projects. We're going to tell you where and when they're expected to be picking back up.
Hi, I'm Bill Whaley, inventor of the porch protection system. I want to talk a little bit about the extra space that can be created with the porch protection system. You can use that extra space for exercise equipment, pets, children, fireplaces. It's all marine grade materials. They're really easy to roll up and down. It also holds heat and air conditioning equally well. Start creating that extra space at your house today.
For more information about porch protection systems, visit Delmarva Experts on WBOC.com.
Dad, I'm not glitching.
I told you with our new Extreme Internet, it will be smooth streaming.
That's unbelievable.
Well, you better believe it, Missy.
I already finished streaming the whole second season of my show.
So start the third.
What the fast? That's really not frustrating.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You should.
I'm gonna get some ice cream. Do you want some?
With the drama-free reliability of Extreme Internet, you'll have to create your own. Get super fast internet with whole home Wi-Fi for as low as $24.99 a month for a year.
Redesigned from the ground up and engineered for adventure, the all-new Tundra is Toyota's toughest, most advanced truck to date. Outfitted to help tackle any terrain, with reliability only Toyota is known for. Now electrified, with available iForce Max powertrain, and one of the top 10 vehicles with best resale value according to KBB.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Summer is here. Finally, some sun, good weather, and quality time with the children. But no matter what you plan, they always find ways to get hurt. But I'm not worried. I have your Dachshund to take care of any problems. We just walk in and they make everything comfortable and easy. Now we are ready. Summer, here we go. Your Dachshund. Feel better faster. The beach is waiting.
Can we skip to the good part?
And I know when that hotline blink.
Got my mind on your body and your body on my mind.
Can't touch this.
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Paving work on Route 90 is temporarily stopped. The Maryland Department of Transportation says that's due to all the bad weather. Work is expected to start back up on Monday, July 10th, and be finished by Friday, July 14th.
The Delaware Department of Health and Social Services have announced a series of town hall events meant to collect community feedback on the department's state service centers. The first one takes place on July 13th at the Dover Public Library, with another event taking place at the Georgetown Public Library on July 18th. The Dover meeting in particular is scheduled to be streamed live on the department's Facebook page. They say their goal is to research, create, and implement improvements on how services are delivered in their service centers across the state.
Time to take another look at our Coast TV poll. We wanted to know what you think about Ryan Seacrest taking over for Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune, which you can watch right here on Coast TV every weekday. Let's look at the numbers so far. And some are disapproving. 69% say they're against it. 31% are in favor of it. Maybe that changes once you start to see how he does with it. WRDE.com, that is the place to vote, and our mobile app is also a good option. You can go see the results up there. And the Nature Conservancy is expanding a large nature preserve outside of Milton following a recent purchase of 7.5 acres of property near Route 16.
Our meteorologist Alex Seymour talked to the Nature Conservancy about why this purchase was so important to them.
Hundreds of acres of forest sit inside the little-known Ponders Tract at Pemberton Preserve, a nature preservation just outside of Milton, which is owned by the Nature Conservancy. The Nature Conservancy has recently purchased an additional 7.5 acres that butts up to Route 16 to expand this preservation. A rumor about potential parceling of this property to build new homes spurred the Nature Conservancy to buy this land.
That would have caused some issues for our restoration management and public access if we had to worry about houses going up. at the front of the preserve.
Ponders Tract consists of over 900 acres of forest. This land was previously a loblolly pine plantation and is now being slowly transitioned back to native forest land. This process will take decades to complete. Old logging roads have been turned into trails for visitors to see the natural beauty of the area.
These large protected forested areas are super important for migrating wildlife, specifically like neotropical songbirds that are migrating. They utilize these forests while they're traveling spring and fall, as well as numerous other wildlife.
This is just one in a recent string of purchases by nonprofit organizations like the Nature Conservancy and the Sussex County Land Trust to preserve the natural beauty of Sussex County. I'm meteorologist Alex Seymour in Milton, Coast TV News.
Up next, there's Center for the Arts activities this summer in Ocean City. What the organization is offering, stay tuned on Coast TV News at 11.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on WRDE.
Spring into adventure at IG Burton Chevrolet in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin with new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Come see us now in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin with up to $11,000 off new Chevy trucks. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Going solar can be a big investment. We provide quality equipment and first-rate warranties.
Let Solaire be your trusted advisor. We can provide you with a no-cost proposal, a second opinion, which could save you significant money.
Solaire helped us through the permitting, financing, and grant process. They offer a quality product at a fair price.
Whether you have a business, a farm, or a residential home, give us the opportunity to show you what we can offer.
Please give Solaire a call today. You'll be shocked at the savings.
Appointment out of space?
Yes, next July.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, I can't change these plans.
We're stealing in the sun next summer. Heist of a lifetime.
The Olympics.
Come on, you in?
Roman Reigns will defend his title against anyone, anytime. Except next July.
All right, ready for this?
Everyone is invited.
Fill your week with Wheel. It's Sweethearts Week, Veterans Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week.
Days packed with fun.
Yeah. Hawaii Week, Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. Maggie, it's Collage Week.
It's College Week.
It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weeknights at 7 on WRDE.
All I wanna do is have some
Sunkissed Summer Mixtape on 102.5 WBOC.
Brought to you by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Get the WRDE weather app, live radar, and severe weather alerts. Download the free WRDE weather app, built by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Spring into adventure at IG Burton Chevrolet in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin with new Silverados up to $11,000 off. Come see us now in Melford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin with up to $11,000 off new Chevy trucks. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
The Ocean City Center for the Arts is offering free summer weekend activities from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. There will be kids' craft projects for all ages, and then on Sundays at 1 p.m. there will be guided gallery tours. The Ocean City Center for the Arts is on 94th Street.
Well, no matter what street you're on, the umbrellas that we give out are perfect for protecting you from the rain. Hey, and our new winner is Glenn Core of Lewis. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis, Restoration Home Remodeling, and Coast TV. Now, radar look, real quick look at radar real quick, showing you the last remnants of the rain. It's out of the way. We have a couple of light sprinkles that may feather through, but other than that, we're pretty much done with the rain for tonight. Here is a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. Hey, we're looking for some sunshine for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And not only that, but the UV index is about to be elevated. So let's be mindful of that. We'll have a chance of rain that will develop for Saturday going into Sunday, 50% chance of rain on both of those days, 40% chance of rain on Monday, 40% chance of rain on Tuesday. We'll maintain that 40% chance of scattered showers. And one mainly think about this. When you see these chances of showers, mainly they're afternoon, evening, brief showers, or early evening showers.
Thanks for joining us for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our WRDE News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.